People deluded. Now, Arsenal's under-18s completed a fight back in the second half and defeated Brighton's under-18s 3 goals to 1. It was a good game and an entertaining game to watch, and I'd say Brighton played well. And Brighton, again, similar to what I saw at the under-23 side, their coach is coaching at least how he wants to play, or how the syllabus of how they, or the ethos of how they train their players is there, because they looked very well. They looked very well drilled, very well organised defensively. So it was a good game essentially to watch, man. And yeah, man, I've got a lot of time for Miguel Aziz. He came off the bench. I really like him. Musa the same. You guys know I've got a lot of time for Greenwood, and Balogun's a player that I like a lot. But going into the game, first 15 we had a goal disallowed for offside. I feel we started off the game strongly. Like, I really feel our players had a. It was nice to see Jordan McNeff back as well, playing in the eight position. I feel we started off well, man. Like, we really started off strong. We had a spring in our step. We was aggressive in the challenge, in the fair way, firm but fair sort of thing. Meaty, we looked inspired, like I said, man. Like Vontae Daley Campbell, you guys know I like him a lot. There's obviously a couple things, for me anyways, that Vontae could polish out of his game and be and he could be a good fullback for this team. For instance, at times, his heading, like there was one incident where he headed it backwards and it could have went a bit different. For me, the main big one is probably giving away fouls in areas you don't need to. Like you saw a couple of weeks ago against Spurs, he gave a foul away on the edge of half-time. They scored from the resulting set piece. But these are all things that you would expect of someone his age, and regardless of that, I can't believe how it's criminal how underrated the man is at this football club. He hasn't been given a pro deal. Hopefully his agent, whoever he is, and these things, or the team around him are trying to lobby and get that done, and Arsenal see his worth, because he's a very good fullback, can play on the right hand side, actually played on the left for England's under-17s. He's bombing down the right hand at will. I think I see Swanson, not Swanson, sorry, what's his name? I forgot my man's name, not Swanson, that's the wrong guy, I forgot, is it McGuinness? I can't remember his name, it might be McGuinness, I could be wrong. Either way, we're playing two fullbacks essentially in Lopez and my man, and they're alternating between each other and going forward to good effect. Greenwood's playing in the 10, and he does look a bit frustrated to a degree. I'm not going to say he was on the ball mad, but he's getting it here and there. Balogun's having actually to pull out to the left-hand channel to get a lot of joy. That's probably the only criticism, is that we're dominating, we're on top of them, and we're having them pegged in their own half, and we're having opportunities. But our two main players at this level that make the difference in Balogun and Greenwood, we're probably not allowing them to be afforded the opportunities at goal that they should, or we're not probably getting them into the game as much as we should. 21st minute, Balogun should have scored as well, but it was a good save. I feel Matthew Smith's having a good season. You've seen my vid about him. Very cultured midfielder, and what I like about him, bravery. Gets his head up, he sees the pass, he's trying to play them defence splitting passes to Balogun, but there's only so many times you can play that. To be fair though, there was about 3 occasions, like in the 28th minute, the best one is where Brighton had 3 good counter-attacks where they probably should have scored. I think our keeper had to make a couple of big saves for all our domination as well, man. So yeah, man, like the only real criticism is that, like, we're really having our two main players. One's having to drop deep into well, he is playing 10, but he's having to drop probably too deep in my opinion. And our striker, even though it's good to see he's utilising wide positions or starting his runs from wide positions, probably need to get into the game a bit more, people. Like I said, our two main dangerous players. Yeah, man, we really could have done better. But half time, we're going into it at 0-0. We really should have done better, in my opinion. In fact, is it 1-0? It's not. I'm lying to you. We're not going into it at 0-0. I just remember they scored in the 44th minute. Like I said, for all our domination and all of these things, we're hit versus the run of play. They pull it into the back of the net. And like the same lessons I say on the 23s levels, this is the lesson you've got to learn. Because like you see at first team level at times, 100% domination, 100% chances, joy on the ball, but the opposition has what matters the most, and that's a goal and 3 points. And that's what these lads have to learn. Like, you've got to turn your chance creation and all of these things into goals, ultimately into 3 points. So yeah, to go into half time at 1-0, our manager has probably ripped up his half-time team talk. I mean, he flipped his script, because now he's gone from thinking we just need that cutting edge to break them down to we need to find 2 goals from somewhere, lads. And this is what happens when you don't finish your chances. It was a poor goal to concede. It was on the counter. I felt both our left-hand sided players could have done a bit better. Number 7's put in, and essentially he's unmarked and he makes no mistake. obviously we've gone into that second half now. We know what we need to do, and like I said, Vontae Daley Campbell, he's got their left back and their left winger on toast. He's bombing down that flank at will. We're having a ridiculous amount of corners as well. 1-1. It was a lovely team move, man. Lovely team move. Typical Arsenal move would be the best way to describe it. Multiple people involved. Matt Smith, again, I say a lot. I say his name a lot because he is very cultured on the ball, but he's smart off it. He's part of the players who initially start the move, but he follows his run into the box. He doesn't watch his run. He follows it, and just because of doing that and being a nuisance, creates sixes and sevens for Brighton's defence. Greenwood's there to eventually pull it in. It's 1-1 at this. It's 1-1 at this point. Yeah. Shortly after we go ahead, Ben Cotterill's impressed me a lot. He's very energetic and things like that. He obviously scores. Miguel Aziz plays him through. It was a bit of a, again, against the run of play, it was a bit of a scrappy goal essentially to a degree, but it's a lovely bit of play from Aziz to find his teammate, and it is a good finish from the lad, to be fair, to have the keeper rooted to the spot and finish. It's 2-1 at this moment in time. Aziz obviously then goes and scores in the dying embers of the game. Again, it's lovely play from Vontae Daley Campbell to bomb down that right hand side. Brighton failing to clear their lines. Eventually it falls to Aziz, and the one-time provider in this game turns scorer. For him to get a goal and assist off the bench is very good, and he's a player I like a lot, man. And he's been playing under 18s for a couple of years now. We're getting appearances, so I'm actually not sure how old he is, but I'm so sure him and Musa officially are scholars next season. If they're scholars now, forgive me, but they're not on Arsenal's website and the academy page, so I assume they're not. But either way, whether they're first year scholars or still school lads, they're effing crazy, mate. Like, Vontae Daley Campbell had a good game. Musa, when he came on the left hand side, had a good game as well. So yeah, man, it was a good fight back. 3 goals in 45 minutes. We really shouldn't have been in that position, but it's nice to see us fighting back. I liked how we started the game. I liked how Vontae Daley Campbell played man of the match. Probably for me, I really liked him down that right hand side, and he does this a lot. Like, you would look at him, and you just think of a player who's got everything. He's got the physical potential to be a good solid right back. He can go forward. He's got way more technique than given credit for. If he could just couple fine tuning and age related things he needs to polish out of his game, and he's a certified player in my opinion. I really rate him highly, and just the current trend of Arsenal would be, sadly, he departs the club and whatnot through our own doing. Whether he goes to Germany or any other English club or whatever he decides to do, if he doesn't stay here, someone's got a good fullback potentially for the future. Can't believe it, man. I'm not at Arsenal watching them train and stuff, but I'd like to think, again, Lichtsteiner's past it, but for this young lad in the under 18s, not really in the under 23s, the likes of just being in the first team around Bellerin, Lichtsteiner, seeing what Emery demands of him, could really bring him on, because I do think he, especially as an Arsenal fan, like when you say prospects, I do it all the time. Every club really, but we more or less lean towards the attackers. Don't get me wrong, I love them, but the Amici, Emile Smith-Rowe, Saka's, or to be fair, he can play fullback. Tyrese John-Jules. You see how the bias typically is towards more midfielders or wingers or cams or strikers. It's not really defenders. And at a club like Arsenal, where we don't really have many great defensive prospects or haven't had for a while, he is one of them, man. And he really is good, man. He really is good. If he could just improve in a couple areas, he could do a lot, man, really and truly. And whether he has it at Arsenal, hopefully it's here or somewhere else, I think he's going to have a good career, man, in my opinion anyways. So yeah, like I said, it was a lovely fight back from the lads, man, and ultimately 3-1 is another victory. So what more can I say? I think next week, Thursday, we play in the FA Youth Cup at Boreham Wood for those of you who want to attend, and we're playing against Spurs, so it's a North London derby in a cup clash, so there's an extra added incentive. On that note, though, I've got nothing more to add. Like I said, Arsenal's under 18s 3, Brighton's under 18s 1. I'm deluded. I've been your host. Please like, subscribe, and do the rest. Or don't. Either way, we're still going to be here. But you guys know I'm out.